Hi, hello. Welcome to the episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is April the 20th, 2026. Hopefully this episode finds you well, in good spirits and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Happy Monday. Happy Garfield Day. Hopefully you're getting that lasagna today. Hopefully you've already gotten it, what have you. I don't know when this episode's going to hit you. I know I'm kind of coming in out of nowhere if you're looking at when this episode uploaded. But I had a busy weekend. I had a fun weekend, and I didn't really get time to podcast. So mea culpa, my bad. Took the weekend off technically, but hey, we're at it bright and early on a Monday morning to just try to rip through an episode. A quick little one shot if I can make this happen. So fingers crossed, knock on wood. But yeah, let's go ahead and run through the weekend. Let's do that. So Friday, I got out early, went to the gym really quick, had like a quick 30-minute session. Got myself ready, then went to Zoe's. Got to hang out with my beautiful girlfriend. Yeah. Which was fun. We had a really great weekend. But for starters, we can just hit the food corner. She made a lovely little dinner. We had a ribeye steak. We had garlic mashed potatoes. We had mac and cheese. And then cheesy roasted Brussels sprouts. Very yummy, very good. And then for dessert, which we didn't wind up eating until the morning, was cheesecake with strawberries that she made. And she made it all that stuff because it was pretty much all stuff that I really liked. So I was very happy. I was very satisfied. It was very, very freaking good. From there, segueing, into Saturday, we did wind up going to Northside. The initial plan was to do WrestleMania stuff and watch stuff and hang out, have a good time. We wound up not really watching too much WrestleMania. Just kind of wound up bopping around the city. So very usual hangout vibes for Northside. But gonna hone in on the food corner. We did go to Chameleon and got a couple slices of pizza. The Bianca, which was very yummy, pulled pork with coleslaw on it. And it was just giving a barbecue slider on a pizza. It was very good, very yummy. And then a pepperoni slice. Let's see here. Then outside of that, there really wasn't much food for the Saturday night. I will say when we reconnoitered by the end of the night, we wound up just I think it was a rice cake situation. There were some pizza rolls. We were putting crazy shit on the rice cakes and or the English muffin. I don't know. It was weird, but it was fun. It was nice. It was a nice way to close out the night. Segueing into Sunday. We went back to Big Apple Bagel. I'm really a fan, really enjoying it. So is Zoe. I think we both really enjoy it. At least we enjoy the bagels. We'll say that. I got the lox with the smear. Again, this time the cream cheese was jalapeno and, with the pretzel bagel. I want to say it made a little bit more sense as opposed to the hazelnut, but I really liked both. I could keep switching them up and probably be very happy. And then also we split a chocolate chip bagel with chocolate cream cheese, and it hit exactly the way I wanted it to. I'm very excited about that. Now, we did find some things this time that we didn't really like so much about Big Apple Bagel. They have a Coke machine where you can put in all the little flavors you want and blah, blah, blah. It's cute for that. Zoe went to go try it out, and everything was kind of flat, or it wasn't working, and there wasn't any ice. You had ice on the side. So that was a little sketchers, but hey, that's fine. The bagel was good. I think she got a roast beef with horseradish, which was also very good. I got a bite of that. Oh, also we did a coffee run as well, so we had a lot of liquids, a lot of bev. We both got the Cincinnati, was the Cincinnati latte or whatever, Cincinnati mocha, whatever it was. Also, I figured out it was cayenne, not paprika, whatever I said last week. So there you go, corrections there. But yeah, that was like all the foods. Um, let's see, I said Friday I did gym. Saturday didn't do any gym. And then Sunday night, I did get in some gym after the laundry. Overall, fine session for what it was. And then went to the grocery store, got some groceries. And by the time I got home, I got settled in. I was just so tired. I just didn't have it in me to podcast. I didn't have it in me to yap, unfortunately, because there were some things that happened throughout the weekend, as is wont to do with the news. The world just keeps on turning. Some say burning, but hey, we move. So I did want to take some time to do that. So let's just try to do a quick little run through. Hopefully I don't mess this up too bad because I really didn't like research the way I wanted to. I kind of just lined up the stories that I remembered and I'm like, let's just run them. So yeah, let's go ahead and take our startup and let's run through the news. Now, if all goes well today, you will be hearing back from me Monday, night. We'll see. But yeah. All right. Ooh. Okie dokie. All right. Let's start with some news that started on Friday. And then, as is wont to do with a war, developed quickly. From the Associated Press, Iran fully closes Strait of Hormuz over U.S. blockade and fires on ships. The standoff over the Strait of Hormuz escalated again Saturday as Iran reversed its reopening of the crucial waterway and fired on ships attempting to pass in retaliation after the United States pressed ahead with its blockade of Iranian ports. The strait is closed until the U.S. blockade is lifted, Iran's Revolutionary Guard Navy said Saturday night, warning that no vessel should make any movement from its anchorage in the Persian Gulf and the Sea of Oman, and approaching the Strait of Hormuz will be considered as cooperation with the enemy and be targeted. Now, essentially on Friday, they had said, hey, we're going to open up the strait. We're each meeting each other's, demands here. We're good. Awesome. Everyone was happy. Then Saturday, no. Because essentially, U.S. said, okay, yeah, good. We love this deal. We're still keeping the blockade, though, until we get 100% of the transaction. At least that's what Trump says. Iran's like, no, that doesn't work with us. It doesn't work for us. Like, this all needs to happen now. Like, if not, then you're not honoring your part of the deal, and we're keeping the shit closed. Adding on to that, I believe an Iranian ship tried to leave, like a cargo ship, and it was fired upon. And then rerouted back. So that was the news that we were about to hit, but I guess I just hit it now. Let me read a little bit more here from this article that we're running from the Associated Press. Iran's new supreme leader, Ayatollah Mojtaba Khomeini, issued defiant remarks on Saturday, saying the Navy stands ready to inflict bitter defeats on its enemies. He has not been seen in public since being elevated to the post following his father's death in Israel's opening barrage. So, I mean, that's big that he, issued a statement because he hasn't really been seen or heard, since the incident. Let's see, what else did I want to really pull from here? Oh, here we go. French President Emmanuel Macron said a French soldier was killed and 3 others were wounded Saturday during an attack on UN peacekeepers in southern Lebanon. Everything suggests that responsibility for this attack lies with Hezbollah, Macron wrote on social media. The UNIFIL peacekeeping force also blamed Hezbollah. So that was another facet that I wanted to hit here. Then BBC News, U.S. attacks and seizes Iranian cargo ship as Iran says no decision yet on joining peace talks. So I just kind of wrapped that into the previous one. So we'll just kind of mosey on along here. Let's see here from NPR. A mass shooting in Ukraine's capital leaves 6 dead before police shot and killed the gunman. A gunman wielding an automatic weapon killed 6 people and barricaded himself inside a supermarket with hostages in the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, on Saturday before he was shot and killed by police, authorities said. At least 14 people were wounded and taken to hospital. The 58-year-old attacker was not named by police, but Ukrainian Volodymyr Zelensky said he was born in Russia as authorities worked to piece together a motive for the violence. The mass shooting, unheard of in wartime Kyiv, following Russia's all-out invasion of Ukraine in 2022, took place in a busy central district of the city. Excuse me, outside an apartment block and a nearby shopping center, leaving bodies on a crowded street as bystanders fled for safety. So yeah, we don't have a motive in this. I mean, you could assume, you could speculate. I really don't want to do that, at least not as of right now. Obviously, very sad, unfortunate situation. The man had like barricaded himself in, and they like believed too that like someone was injured with them, and they had tried to like get a negotiator out there like behind an armored car and everything. They were like armored up, trying to just say like, hey, like at least let us get in there to like get the wounded people out, or get tourniquets for people, something, please. And he like didn't respond, and so they're like, we gotta neutralize them. We just gotta go in there and take them out. So that's what happened there in Ukraine. But then in the States, we're going to move to Louisiana for our last story of today, which is also by the Associated Press. Let's go ahead and take our last break, and then we will get into our last shooting of this morning. All right. Whew. From the Associated Press, man kills 8 children and shoots his wife and another woman in Shreveport, Louisiana. A man killed 8 children, including 7 of his own, and shot 2 women in an attack in Shreveport, Louisiana, a neighborhood that was the nation's deadliest shooting in more than 2 years, authorities said. At a news conference outside the residence where one of the shootings occurred early Sunday, officials appeared stunned, requesting patience and prayers from the community. This is a tragic situation, maybe the worst situation we've ever had, said Tom Arnaud, mayor of the city of northwestern Louisiana. Mourners laid flowers outside the single-story house on 79th Street, and people lit candles for the victims at an evening prayer vigil in a nearby parking lot. It just makes you take your children and hug them and hold them and tell them how much you love them, said Kimberlyn Jackson, who was at the vigil. Police said the man shot a woman at one home in the neighborhood south of downtown, then drove to the second location. 7 children were killed inside the second house, and one was found dead on the roof, apparently trying to escape. Police spokesperson Chris Bordelon said, another child jumped from the roof and was expected to survive after being taken to the hospital. State Representative Tammy Phelps said some children tried to get away through the back door. I can't imagine what the police officers, first responders actually dealt with when they got there today, she said in a news conference. The children who were killed were 3 to 11 years old. They were 3 boys and 5 girls, according to Caddo Parish Coroner's Office. The gunman, identified as 31-year-old Shamar Elkins, died after a police pursuit that ended with officers firing on him, according to Bordelon. Authorities did not say what may have set off the violence, but Bordelon said detectives were confident the shooting was entirely a domestic incident. Elkins had been arrested in a 2019 firearms case, but Bordelon said officials were not aware of any other domestic issues. Elkins and his wife were in the middle of separating and were due in court Monday, according to Brown. She said the couple had been arguing about the separation before the shooting. He murdered his children, Brown said. He shot his wife. Elkins had 4 children with his wife and 3 children with another woman who lived close by and was also shot, according to Brown. All the children were together in the house. So, a bit more details here to kind of help shape the picture. For better or worse in that regard, but at least, kind of have a better understanding of what happened and probably more of the motivations. Obviously, that is still a sad, very sad affair, and, condolences to everyone having to go through that, endure that. I mean, every one of these shootings, these incidents just leaves a lasting and ripple effect, obviously for the people who have to endure it, the people who have to carry on, but, and it's people of the town, people of the area. I don't think you look at the place you live the same when these things happen. But so it goes. So it is. Not just in America, but internationally, that does happen. I know we covered the situation in Ukraine today, and then also last week in Turkey, that was a thing, and they had 2 incidents there pretty much back to back. But yeah, that is the episode for this Monday. I know we are starting off the week in a weird way, a little different way here, but I missed an episode and I felt really bad about it, and I woke up really early and I said, let's run it. Let's just try. So yeah, if you'd like to help out, support the effort, I do have a Patreon, patreon.com/Isaiah News. Become a newsie today. Free ways to hit me up, IsaiahNews1@gmail.com. Feel free to follow me or the podcast on any of the socials. Subscribe to the YouTube, follow on TikTok, follow on Spotify, follow on Apple Podcasts, wherever you like to listen. Leave a like, leave a cool comment. Sharing is caring. 5 stars on Spotify and or Apple Podcasts are always appreciated. But you don't have to do any of that. I just appreciate you just hanging out with me and listening to an episode and, go on about your day. Thanks for keeping up with my Joneses. And hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.